All right. Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm really sorry for the delay. I had some technical difficulties. It is all my fault. I'll take all the blame. Anyway, so today we're here to talk about one of the most hottest topics in the Tamil community. That is the show Enga Veetu Mappillai. And with me, I have Steve and Priyant. How are you guys doing today?
Very good, very good.
Okay,
Thank you so much for being here.
Technical difficulty.
Okay, the technical difficulty was me forgetting my login password because, you know, everything's already signed in your phone and your computers and stuff, so no one ever remembers stuff, right? But I should really write things down.
That was a lesson, right?
Yeah, it's a lesson. So I'm really sorry about that. We are here at Machi Radio, and so thank you so much to Aravindanat for letting us borrow the space and for setting all this cool stuff up. You guys can call us in and talk to us directly at 647-347-5001. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yay! There, my memory power is working somehow. So I know a lot of you have been waiting and keep messaging me like, where are you? Where are you? So we're here finally. So let's get this started. We're talking about Enga Veetu Mappillai. So Steve, how do you feel about this show?
Well, my followers have a big question because my post was about both of you guys,
yes,
right?
It was.
So அதாவது இப்ப நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற சீசனை பத்தி கதைக்கும் முதல் நாங்க இப்ப ஒரு மென்ஷன் பண்ணோம் பிரியந்த் தான் சீசன் 2ல வந்து உங்களோட காய்ச்சி கொண்டு இருக்காங்கன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டேன்.
அப்படியே நீங்க சொன்ன பிறகு எனக்கு தெரியும்.
அடுத்த மாப்பிள்ளை நீங்க தானன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டோம். அப்படியே சீசன் 2க்கு மற்றது இப்ப உங்கள் டைம் எல்லாரும் கேட்டு கொண்டிருக்கீங்க. நீங்க கொஞ்ச நாள் ஒரு கிழமை நீங்க நாட்டுல இல்லன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டாங்க. நான் அவ்வளவு கதியை திருப்பி வருவீங்கன்னு நாங்க
I'm on a show but we know me and Susanna was from Toronto and they only wanted one girl, so I said, you know what, Susanna, you take this one, I'll get the next one. And I just like
reject பண்ணேன். நீங்களா வந்து
நான் reject பண்ணேன். நான் சொன்னேன் எனக்கு வந்து ஆரியா மட்டும் போடுறது எல்லா ஆக்ட்ரஸும் வந்து லைன் அப் பண்ணி நிக்கணும், நான் வந்து எல்லாரும் லைன் அப் பண்ணி நிக்கணும். So let them fight for me, so I came back.
So bachelorette, நீங்க bachelorette
நீங்க ஃபைட் பண்ணாம அவங்க உங்களுக்கு
fight பண்ணாங்க. Yeah, exactly. அதான் நல்ல முடிவா இருக்குமே.
சரி, இப்ப நான் நினைக்கிறேன் நீங்க கேட்ட விஷயத்துக்கே வருவோம். See, நீங்க இந்த இப்படி ஒரு YouTube live ஒன்னு செய்யணும்னு சொல்ல மட்டும் தான் அந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை பார்க்கவே இல்லை.
Yeah, me too actually.
To be honest, because even the English format of it, I never watched it. I was never really a supporter of that type of show. I mean, if Big Brother versus like Big Boss, so that's okay. It's more like a social experiment, right? So you put random people together and see how they can work together and survive those 100 days. I mean that was pretty cool. It's நீங்க பிளான் பண்ணி செய்யலாம் இல்ல
of course
இது வந்து okay. I mean, it's not like I don't support this show. The idea makes kind of sense, but the way they portray certain stuff and it's about too dramatic and சரியான personal விஷயம் வந்து இப்ப I mean, let's say I'm looking for someone and then you meet like 16 people. இப்ப உங்களுக்குள்ள நீங்க என்ன கதைக்கும் இப்ப வெளியில நாங்க random எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்லணும்னு நாங்க சில விஷயங்களை நினைக்க மாட்டோம், right? So சரியான personal privateான விஷயத்தை வந்து obviously ஒரு லைஃப் பார்ட்னர் வேறைக்கு அவையோட நீங்க பகிர்ந்து கொள்ளலாம். So அத வந்து டிவில நீங்க ஓபனா அப்படி சொல்லணுமா இல்ல நீங்க இவ்வளவு நாள் நீங்க சொல்லாத விஷயத்தை நீங்க இப்ப பப்ளிக்கா சொல்றதுக்கு ரெடி ஆயிட்டீங்க. So it's not really like a private personal issue anymore.
Right.
So I was just skipping through the episodes. So I noticed like there was like with this wall and Arya was
like
on one side.
Way too much, man.
And that was too much. I mean, he literally was walking 16 times. He was walking through the door.
பாவம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற மாதிரி வந்து
I was like, what is it, like a church something? What is this setup? I didn't understand.
I mean, but Lent நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. நான் okay, நானும் அதுல ஒரு போலாம். But then I realized, okay, it's the show right now.
Right.
But yeah, so Lentக்கு நான் இப்ப 40 நாள் அந்த கெட்ட பழக்கங்கள் ஒண்ணும் இல்லாம எனக்கு சும்மாவே கெட்ட பழக்கம் இல்ல. But 40 days I'm not eating any meat and all that stuff. So அப்ப நான் நினைச்சேன் okay, அப்ப இது ஒரு confession மாதிரி.
Octo-lacto vegan.
Okay, அது ஒரு வேற டாபிக். இன்னொரு லைஃப்ல வந்து நாங்க அத பத்தி கதைப்போம். இப்ப அதாவது சில பேர் வந்து முட்டை வந்து வெஜிடேரியன் இல்ல. இன்னொரு ஒரு குரூப் அது
வெஜிடேரியன் தெரியாத வரைக்கும் அது மீட் இல்ல, right?
உயிரோட உள்ள பேர்ல வராத வரைக்கும்
அது as I said, that's a different topic. Let's get back to this. So அப்ப என்னன்னா எனக்கு அந்த சீனை பார்க்கல அந்த ஃபீலா தான் இருந்துச்சு. I mean, it was just like okay, it was a confession thing happening and he literally had to walk in and hug them and comfort them and and that was something I felt like, okay, this is too personal.
It's too much. It was too much for TV.
They talked about how they got abused in the previous relationship and stuff like that, and I felt like, okay, that was definitely something she probably didn't want to share with everyone.
Right.
And if he's potentially your husband, obviously you want him to know everything, but now the entire world knows.
Exactly. Exactly.
Husband wife So, but something interesting. So when I was doing my other episode yesterday, so Suyamvaram and the concept kalipatrukringala?
Yeah. There's a movie about it, right?
Yeah, there's a movie about it too. So normally bachelorette maridan.
So wait, that's a real thing?
That's a real thing back in the days.
Really?
So back in the days and இளவரசி அந்த ராஜாவும் ராணியும் தங்கள அரண்மனைக்கு இளவரசிக்கு கல்யாணம் நடக்க போதண்டா சுத்தி இருக்க ஊர்ல இருக்கிற எல்லா குட்டி குட்டி பிரின்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருப்பாங்க அவங்களுக்கு பிஜி அனுப்புவாங்க பிஜி அனுப்புறவங்க அவங்க ஓடி வருவாங்க அவங்களோட ஹார்சஸ்ல I watched Bahubali.
Yeah.
So பாகுபலியில அவர் அந்த அனுஷ்கா பொண்ணு கேக்குறதுக்காக போவாங்க அனுஷ்கா வேற டிஸ் பண்ணி விட்டுறாங்க why don't you send your mom here or dad here, don't talk to them, they're so manly, right? So that's what it is literally back in the days, because the men go to the women's place and they basically ask her saying that, hey, this is me, I'm talented in this way, I'm skilled in this way, and these are my properties, and why don't you marry me?
But that's not only in our culture, ella idilayum irundhathu. Even in the Veera விளையாட்டுகள் even that in the gladiator times you had that as well, right? So in Greece they had it, in Rome obviously they had that too. So or வீர விளையாட்டுல ஒரு டோர்னமென்ட்ல நீங்க வென்னீங்கன்னா you get to, because you are the big, like the strongest soldier, right? So you go through the competition, you fight your way through, and you get into the kingdom pretty much, right? So you become the prince.
So it's really not for the girl. It's really to just get into this kingdom and become like the king, the next king. Right? That's all it is.
But if you prove yourself to be the strongest soldier, the strongest gladiator, obviously as a king, that would be the perfect guy to marry your daughter.
So do you guys think this is what the girls are doing as well? They don't really care for Arya, but they want the fame, they want the money, and they want all that stuff.
See, end of the day, 16 பேர் அதுக்கு போயிருக்கீங்க. 16 பேரை அவர் கட்டல. அல்ல ஒரு ஆளு தான் அவர் சூஸ் பண்ண போறார். But அந்த மிச்ச no.
Unless you're like in Dubai or something, I think that's okay.
4 பேர். அதுக்கு ஒரு 4 பேர் சேவல எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம், but not 16, right? So he can create a harem and have like 16 girls. That's not going to work. So but அதுல eliminate பண்ற ஆட்களுக்கு obviously சில பேருக்கு அப்படியே ஒரு பட வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்கும், right? அந்த எத்தனை பேர் பார்த்தோன்னு இருக்க போறோம், ஓகே ஆரியா யாரை சூஸ் பண்றாரு, யாரை சூஸ் பண்ணல, என்ன காரணத்துக்காக அவையில தட்டி கடிக்கிறார், அப்படியான விஷயங்கள் இருக்குது. So they will appear all of a sudden on commercials, they will appear on அந்த நாடகத்துல நடிக்க கூப்பிடுவாங்க, இல்ல படத்துல நடிக்க கூப்பிடுவாங்க. So அப்படி வேற வாய்ப்புகளும் கிடைக்கும் கண்டிப்பா. So it's not only one benefit they're gaining out of it, because you're putting yourself out for the world to see you, right? So I mean, I guess it's not only about Arya.
Exactly.
And also,
how do you feel?
I was curious because always it's a different dimension. I looked at it. It's all the girls that went there. Not a single guy was interested in Arya.
But there was like in the beginning. There was in the beginning. They actually made like a little prank where a guy walks in and he's like, "What the hell?" I said, "Anyone can apply." I didn't know a guy applied, and then he's like, "Okay, so welcome." And he actually took them in, and he's like, "Welcome." Like, what are you doing here? Yeah, that was really funny. So on the show, there's a lot of various ages, and up to the age of 20. 20 is super young. Like she's down to the age of 20. That's what I meant.
The youngest is 20.
The youngest is 20, and he's 37. So that's a 17-year gap right there. And what's happening to this world? Why is there a 20-year-old? She's still a baby who doesn't know anything about life. Like, why is she? I'm not saying she's not anything about life. Of course, she knows a lot. But I don't know. She's like really young, right?
So look what you did right now. That's exactly what I wanted to touch on. I mean, but நாங்க இந்த டாபிக்கை வச்சு நாங்க நிறைய விஷயத்தை கதைக்கலாம்.
For sure.
Because இப்ப நீங்க right away you made a statement and you kind of cut down right away and you justified yourself. This is what the world came to, right? You can't like freely open your mouth. And freedom of speech என்னவாங்க. So you say something. So I mean I can. So that's why the title is good too. The Opinionists. So I'm expressing my opinion.
My opinion.
Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. இப்ப உங்களுக்குள்ளே அதுல ஒரு வாக்குவாதம் வரலாம். நான் சொல்ற ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மென்ட் உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கும்ன்ற அர்த்தம் இல்ல. உங்களுக்கு நீங்க சொல்றதை நான் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணலாம். இல்ல நீங்க சொல்ற விஷயம் நான் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணலாம் அவசியம் இல்ல. It's my opinion. So now talking about this 20-year-old, I don't know. I'm not judging her. So this is not personally attacking this person. I'm just generally saying if I'm a 20-year-old and I'm going on this show, obviously I'm looking for opportunity. So I mean, I'm not saying she's going to be one of these lazy girls who just wants to live off Arya or anything like that. But potentially that could be an option. Right. So you have different options there. As a 20-year-old, obviously it's kind of obvious he's not going to choose her. So then obviously, then அடுத்தது என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, oh, Arya is a pedophile.
Right, exactly.
17 வயசு குறைவா.
Exactly, because if this was in real life and not on TV.
A level செய்யக்க தான் அந்த புள்ள பிறந்தது. என்ன அப்படி choose பண்ணா. அப்படிலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க.
படம் நடிக்கும்போதே பாதி பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க.
Exactly, right? Rajini can't act with people, but he can marry a 20-year-old? I don't understand.
So அது ஒரு controversy வந்துரும். So obviously he's not going to choose her. But they will probably take her to a certain point, because I don't even remember how that girl looks, but she looks very young,
like a baby.
So obviously அவ சில நேரம் அவக்கு again ஒரு பட வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்கும். வேற விஷயங்கள் அவக்கு அவவே ஒரு ஹோஸ்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு ஷோக்கு கூப்பிடுவாங்க. இல்லாட்டி she can become a model all of a sudden or whatever. Other options will open up for her. So she doesn't even need to go and study and all that stuff, because she will enter into the showbiz somehow.
Right.
So that girl,
she actually had a really hard life, because apparently she lost her father when she was young, so she had to take care of the family. So she feels that she's mature enough to get married and stuff. But I mean, you can't base marriage on just one of those, like, you know, just because you're responsible.
See, again, it's opinions here, right? If இவ்வளவுக்கு யங்கான ஒரு ஆள் வந்து, okay, நான் இப்ப கல்யாணம் கட்டறதுக்கு, not specifically for the show now, but if she's ready to get married, there's different things you can think. Like if I was someone and a 20-year-old girl comes to me and tells me, okay, you know what, I'm ready to get married and stuff, right away I would think, okay, you're 20, you want to get married with someone who's settled, for example. That means you don't want to study, you don't want to be responsible, you want to live off me. So you're going to be one of these girls that just needs my credit card or something.
Could be,
have like a comfortable life. அப்படிதான் நான் யோசிப்பேன்.
Well, how do you feel, Priyan?
Me? I don't know, like, I grew up where, you know, school படிக்கும்போது நாங்கள் எங்கட வயசு கேர்ள்ஸ்க்கு போய் நாங்க சுத்தி கொண்டு இருக்கேங்க. அங்க ஒருத்தர் பெருசா கார்ல வந்துறாங்க. அண்ணா நான் போயிட்டு வரேன். உங்களுக்கு எனக்கு சம்பந்தம் இல்ல, நீங்களே கரெக்ட் சொல்லுங்க. Because like, you know, in high school that's what I was used to, because you see like older guys coming to like high school that I don't know how old they are. They're probably in university or probably like who knows how old they are.
Probably most of them were dropouts, but
And one experience I had was this girl got married really young, but she was from a different community. She turned 18 and she got married, and apparently the customs in the community is that women are supposed to get married as soon as possible.
அது ஒரு காலத்துல அப்படி இருந்தது. Even 12-13 வயசுல as soon as அதாவது சாமதி பட்ட உடனே கல்யாணம் கட்டுற அளவுல தான் முந்தி ஒரு காலத்துல இருந்தது. So அது இப்ப அந்த வயசு கூடி கொண்டு வந்து இப்ப women are getting married when they're like close to the 30s, like late 20s, some of them even early 30s, because they're more career driven now, right? So அப்படி பாக்கி இப்ப இந்த கால கட்டத்துல அப்படி ஒரு 20-year-old வந்து நான் கல்யாணம் கட்டி செட்டில் ஆக ரெடியா, this is my thought. I would think that, okay, what's wrong with you? You like all the women are talking about women empowerment, we are equal to men, and we want to do this, we can do any job we want to do. So அப்படி ஒரு கால கட்டத்துல if someone is all of a sudden saying at age 20, oh, I'm ready to get married, and
யாருக்கு தெரியும் அவங்க என்ன ரீசன் வச்சு மேரேஜ்க்கு போறாங்க.
அதான் சொல்றேன், this would be my thought. அதான் சொல்றேன்.
Exactly, right?
Putting myself in his shoes, I would ask myself, okay, so you didn't achieve anything really big or significant in life, and you're ready to get married. Why?
I think it's that thing that exists in everyone, right? Like like I said, when one of these girls I knew got married, I wanted to ask her, but then like I know for a fact their family is like all very like ultra conservative, so I was scared that they would beat me up if I go and ask her. I'm like, it's okay, ma, unga life dey kalyanam pannikadum. I was talking to my friend, I was like, machi enna machi ipla young-a kalyanam பண்றாங்க, யாரும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. அது அவங்களோட community டா, அவங்களோட culture டா, அவங்களோட இது இப்படி தான், right? And the second thing I was really annoyed about the show was disqualifying someone. Like how do you disqualify someone because like it like it's not like a sports show.
Of course.
Like, no, but see, you can't see it as disqualifying, right? I mean, as I said, அவர் 16 பேரை வந்தார் கட்டேல. So ஏதோ ஒரு ரீசன், அவருக்கு ஒரு ரீசன் இருக்கு. அந்த ரீசன் அவருக்கு தான் தெரியும். ஒரு ஆள் வந்து வேணாமண்டா, we can be like, oh, that girl is so good, why did he eliminate her?
His life, right? At the end of the day.
He will end up with that person or not, or whatever it is, right? So at the end of the day, we don't even know what the outcome of the show is.
For example, I think one of the girls that got disqualified was somebody that like didn't talk so much, and he's like, oh, what is this? I'm going to be bored if
he's like more like a jolly guy, always fun-loving person. So if he has someone who doesn't even open her mouth, even if you force her to, then he can't do anything with that person.
Right.
Right.
So you guys can call us in. Remember, it's a number 647-347-5001. So please call us in to share your views. So the second thing I want to talk about, so we kind of touched about about feminism and woman empowerment and stuff. So a lot of I actually have a whole 2 pages of notes here. So there's a lot of feminists that are actually supporting the show. They're actually watching it, they're loving it, they find it interesting, but you're a feminist, so how could you agree that a show putting women out there, and it's not even about talent or anything like that, it's about beauty, it's about how you perceive perceive yourselves and how you present yourself to the world, and that's what the show is based on, right? So as a feminist, how are these people supporting them? I don't understand.
No one is putting them on the show if they are voluntarily on it.
Right. I'm talking about other feminists on Instagram and stuff. They're like, oh, I love this show, I love watching it, but why are you supporting it? As a feminist, you shouldn't be supporting the show.
Why don't you tell us?
Well, I'm saying you should not be supporting it, okay? It's terrible.
I mean, we can say something and something wrong with that.
They're trying to be diplomatic here.
Not really. Phone number address
So share us your views. Tell us what you guys think about that. So on the show, a lot of people kind of talked about what they wanted. They're like, oh, I want this in a man. I want that in Arya. I want this in Arya. One girl said, I want trust in Arya. How can you trust him when he's with 15 other women right now, but you want trust? It doesn't make any sense.
There is this thing, right? So I follow a lot with cinema news. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's gossip. It's interesting to follow. That's why you follow it.
Yeah.
And most of my friends talk about this too. So Arya is known as a very jovial person who talks to everyone. So
he's known as a playboy as well.
Yeah. So and then the Nadigar Sangam election nadakumbodhu Arya they specifically apparently asked Arya because he could cover most of the female roles. So adan அவர் ஒரு வாட்டி கூட்டறா எல்லாம் சொல்வாங்க. நாங்க Arya நாங்க வந்து female cast பத்தி கவலைப்பட தேவையில்லை because Arya வந்தா you could convince them and make them vote. அட பாவி இப்படி எல்லாம்டா பண்ணுவீங்க ஒரு நியாயம் வேணாமா?
Oh my god.
So that's why when he has a show அப்ப இந்த friend வந்து பார்த்துட்டு initially டக்குன்னு சொன்னவர் மச்சி நீ நானும் இப்படி ஒரு ஷோ வச்சா எத்தனை பேர் வருவாங்க? யாரும் இல்ல. காத்து இங்க இருந்து அடுத்த விண்டோக்குள்ள போகும்.
செகண்ட் சீசன்ல போறீங்க.
அதான் நானே ஷாக் ஆயிட்டேன். 10 பேர் கமெண்ட் பண்ணோம் என்ன வச்சு ஷோ பண்றீங்களா?
Show business, no problem.
You got women empowerment ಗೆ வரணும். அத பத்தி கதை பாப்போம். I mean we already touched on that. It's a big movement, a big thing right now, even in our community, right?
Yeah. So, especially with Women's Day, which just passed right now as well. So
by the way, Men's Day irukudha apdi.
Sorry guys, not yet.
adu ketta apram enna
so where's the equality right there? Right, that would be my
you guys have too much, so now it's our turn, that's all.
I'm not see, I support women empowerment even ipa the kalagattathila vandu for example how lifestyles are. Women should have definitely the same rights. I mean, whatever we do, you guys can do. The only thing we can't do, unfortunately, is take the pain from you guys and have a kid, for example. Adu naanga seiyala. Adu naanga பக்கத்துல இருந்து நாங்க கையை பிடிச்சு உங்களுக்கு கம்ஃபர்ட் பண்ணலாம் ஒழிய பட் நாங்க புள்ளைய உங்களுக்கு ஆப்பறையில. But that's the biggest thing that you guys are gifted with, right? But at the same time, if any jobs can be done by women as well, and that is all there. So நீங்க கேக்குற கேள்வி வந்து உண்மையா சரியா தான் இருக்குது. Why would women actually support this show? Because you're technically putting yourself down. That's how I see it.
I see it like that too.
With 15 other girls, you're putting yourself on a plate and you're making this guy choose.
Exactly.
It's like either நாங்க உடுப்பு வேண்ட போய்க்கோ இந்த ஷர்ட் சரியில்லை அந்த ஷர்ட் சரியில்லை பேருந்து நாங்க 3 ஷர்ட் சூஸ் பண்ணி போட்டா okay I want to buy one, so let's eliminate the other two for whatever reasons. So idhula vanda okay the button is not nice, okay let's throw this away. Idhula vanda in the design sarilla, let's throw this away, then I buy this. So appadi oru nilameku inda show varudhu. I mean ipa vellakarangalam vandu inda show seidurukina million illa, but அது ஒரு என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் காரணத்துக்கும் இருக்கலாம். இப்போ அதில் வந்து அவுட்கம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா mostly I think as much as I researched, mostly what I found out is they never ended up with the person they chose at the end.
Oh, that's so
sad. There was one season where the guy whoever won that show, he was with that person for a few months and then it didn't work out, and then he ended up with someone else from the show.
Oh, okay.
So that was there as well.
Okay.
So at the same time, I don't know which country, but this was one of the outcomes that was possible. And then show முடிஞ்ச கையோடயே 2-3 நாள்லயே வந்து okay சரி வேறான்னு விட்டுட்டு போன இதும் இருக்குது. So this show is not going to do anything, to be honest, right?
What do you think? Like, do you think Arya's actually going to marry one of these girls at the end of the day?
As much as he's saying yes, I'm to be honest, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm like it's shocking because like when the show initially came out, like there was so much buzz, right? I mean, this was, I think, a brand new television
Exactly.
that was coming out, and they're putting out shows with like the top personalities on TV and in cinema, like Arya kalyan nadakka poda yaar kalyan nadakka poda.
Adukku appala vandu kelvi eppadi irundha. I mean, a lot of guys asked like, obviously, why is he going to the show? He could technically have any girl. Why the hell should he go to the show, first of all? So that was my question too. I'm like, buddy, like, you're known as a playboy, you can technically get anyone you want. Why are you on the show, right? So that would be the first question I would ask him.
So he did. So in the beginning of the show, they did ask him that, and he said that, this was an idea that he had in his mind. He really wanted to do it, and he wanted to get married, so he kind of just tied these two together. I mean, I really think it's just for show business. It's for the ratings. It's for whatever a new movie's going to come out, and everyone's going to be like, oh, Arya, now we know who he is, if they didn't know him before, like, right?
Think about it this way: if someone had, like, if I had to go through 16 people's like Pavamani, like 17, they're like,
if this was real life, this is something that you posted it before. If this was real life, you guys would never be okay with the fact that your boyfriend is. Sorry, someone's calling me right now.
Whoever's calling you should call that number.
This is actually a doctor. Doctor, don't call me right now. So you had posted that if it was in real life and your boyfriend was dating 16 other women, like, you would never be okay with this. But it's okay if it's on TV.
One other thing, what I think is, I mean, if love marriage and arranged marriage and இப்ப அதுல இப்ப இப்ப காலத்துல வந்து இப்ப எல்லாம் ஆப்பிள் இருக்கிறபடியா you obviously have those matrimony side.
Right.
And the word the matrimony side. So அதுலயும் வந்து இப்ப for example எல்லாருக்கு இப்ப அம்மா அப்பா வீட்ல சொந்தக்கார வந்து பாக்கல, you meet people, and then you get to talk that 5 minutes or that 2 hours.
You get 5 minutes is enough for your entire life.
At least here இப்ப வெளிநாட்டுல புலம்பெயர்ந்த மக்கள் வந்து கொஞ்சம் அட்வான்ஸ் ஆகிக்கிறேன். At least they let them talk for a few hours.
அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் இன்னும் போயல அந்த level of life க்கு வரைக்கும் அப்ப எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணி பாருங்க.
What I'm saying is அதுலயும் வந்து you talk to one person for 2-3 hours, but that's very private. You get to know the person somewhere. If you like it, you go on a second. That's not a date because the family is involved. So technically you can't call it a date.
It's an arranged date.
நீங்க எப்படி இந்த கதை கேக்கல, அங்க அவன குடும்பம் இருக்கு, இங்க உங்க குடும்பம் இருக்கு. அதுக்குள்ள வந்து அதுக்கு மத்தியில வந்து நீங்க கலக்க போறீங்க. Experience இல்ல. நான் love marriage.
Mummy, கொஞ்சம் privacy please.
So I have few friends who went through that. So some of them were in longer relationship, didn't work out, they didn't look into love anymore, so they were okay with going through arranged marriages. Or some people, they just were okay from the get-go with that idea. So they meet people for some or whatever reasons they don't want to go forward. அவையிலும் வந்து ஒரு 10 15 20 30 பேரை மீட் பண்ற ஆட்கள் இருக்கணும், right? ஆனா இதுல எனக்கு என்ன உடன்பாடு இல்லையன்னா இதுல, this is on a TV show. It's a private விஷயங்களை வந்து you can't like share with anyone there. So you're running it. So example, இப்ப நீங்க சொன்னதுதான் பாவ மன்னிப்பு செய்து உலகம் முழுக்க அந்த கதை பரவிட்டது, right? So my question is, okay, whoever he rejects at the end of the day, how is the society going to look at these people? At certain people. Obviously that one girl who went through abuse, through abusive relationship before, India பொறுத்த மட்டும் வந்து they're not as advanced, right? So they probably going to be like, oh yeah,
no, maybe not.
You don't know, but I mean,
if they make a show like this, they're pretty advanced to me, right?
For the show business, because those people know abroad people are watching the show too. They know the audience is not only
that's why they're Canadian in there.
Exactly. அவ பத்தியும் வந்து இப்ப நிறைய பேர் வந்து கூடாம கதைச்சளவுல இருக்குது. Okay, she was married before she has a kid, but so what is the rule, or who made up the rule if someone was married and has a kid that she can't get remarried? We don't know why she is not married anymore. she could have been through a abusive relationship or whatever reasons two people have to split or to move forward with their lives on their own way. That is between them, and you can't judge anyone for that, right? And her being on the show, that shows that she's confident about it, and that she's okay to move forward. And if he accepts it, she's still part of the show, so it seems like he's okay with it.
And another thing that I came across with a lot of guy comments was with Susanna going to the show. She's also a single mom. So everyone was like, oh, ava eppadi polam.
But we can't judge her. I mean, the previous relationship la enna nadandana engalukku theriyum. Adu ava vandu yarukku solla vendiya avasiyam avakkum illa.
I think she mentioned it on the show, but I missed that episode, so I don't know what happened. But
I mean, that's up to her, as I said. That's told her.
That's the thing, like how, like, you know, it's like in Canada, the Tamil community is very close knit. Like, even though there's 300,000 people, one way or the other, you know the next person you go meet. Like, you know, the next event you go there, like you all know each other, right? So probably, you know, if you knew Susanna, or you know Susanna's husband, or probably the kids, friends, you know, they talk to each other. So I don't know what happens. I don't know who talks. Like, you know, the people start talking, like talking, you know, rumors. They start spinning the rumor mills.
I mean, that's obvious in every community, but engada community konjam koodave adu irukkudu. Engada business mind pannama mettavan enna seiyradhu paakradhu.
That's a whole other topic that we need to get to. But speaking of the whole arranged marriages and having the families there, you're talking in the middle, and it's very awkward. So now we have to watch all these girls flirting with Arya on TV, especially if you're watching it with your parents. I don't, thank God, but at one point, my mom came and saw it, and I was like, this is so awkward. Mom, please leave. I can't watch this with you. Like, they're openly flirting and fighting, and it's like, I can't watch it.
Yo, it's like there's I could see like a Cold War going in there. Like, I see how some people look at each other.
I'm like, and they talk shit about each other non-stop.
The other situation that we talked about, there's not 16 people and I'm going to talk to 16 people individually, and the other 15 can see what I'm talking with the others. It's not like that, right? So you see one person, you don't like the person, you tell your parents, you know what, this is not going to work out. You go move on to the next person. So the next person won't know who you met previously. But they made it into a competition, and that is something that I feel you're putting pretty much those women down, and willingly they are putting themselves down because they know what they put themselves up to, what they sign themselves up to. So avel vandu therinjadhan indha show la pangu padrena.
But it's just like very awkward for us to watch.
You want a break?
Okay, so maybe we'll take a little quick break, and within that time, please do give us a call and share your views. I don't know what that means. I don't know this radio language.
Call the phone number and talk to us, and நாங்க தனியா அலட்டி கொண்டு இருக்கிறது வந்து உங்களுக்கே சாய்க்கல.
647-349-5001. First time அந்த நம்பரை நான் கரெக்ட்டா சொல்லிட்டேன்.
Good job. His own brother.
கீழ இருக்குது, அதனால கரெக்ட்டா சொல்லிட்டேன். Perfect. See you guys in a bit.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
Don't know yet. It's Steve and Priya. So please do call us in, and we are back live on YouTube as well. So call us in, our number is 647-349-5001. So give us a call and talk to us and share your views, and let's keep talking about Enga Veetu Mappillai. Okay.
Back to your YouTube subscribers now.
Okay, now we're back to our YouTube. All right.
She was busy with the Instagram people,
so I have another question for you guys. So a lot of guys get really jealous when we talk about like our exes or whatever, or if you just know that you had a crush on someone. Like a lot of guys get really jealous and possessive and stuff. So how do you...
jealous
we get like ours is like next level, but you guys get jealous as well. So I'm just wondering, like, what if like the girls that don't get chosen for this and they go outside and then then eventually they'll get married and stuff. What happens to them after that? Like, what are their future husbands gonna say? What are their future husbands' families gonna say? Like, they openly flirted, hugged, kissed this guy, and now these people are watching this, and now you're gonna marry this girl?
Our casual
they kissed him too?
Yeah, well, like not on the lips, but they've been kissing.
Like யாருக்கு பார்த்தறியும் கேமராக்கு பின்னாடி என்ன நடக்குது?
You don't know.
You don't know what happens. Like back apparently the English version or the white version or the multicultural version, whichever version you call it.
எல்லாம் நடக்கும்.
எல்லாமே நடக்கும். Make out with each other.
And they show that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, hey, என்னையா சொல்றீங்க?
இது நம்ம இந்த ஷோவே உங்களுக்கு அம்மா அப்பாவோட பார்க்கலாம்னா அது வந்தா அப்படி.
That's why I don't watch that show. That's terrible.
நம்ம கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு செட் ஆகாம கூட
தெரியல. And I don't understand because in
இந்த
India
கேள்விக்கு வந்து நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்விக்கு நீங்களே தான் பதில் சொல்லணும்.
நான் என்ன சொல்றது?
அதாவது you are a woman yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yes, I agree, obviously.
Yeah, so it's really awkward even if I like had.
Let's say you went to
the show,
and you got rejected.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think?
Reject பண்ணிட்டியாடா டேய்?
I would probably try to break the Arya and the girl love. That's probably my life goal.
No, that's fine. But after that, if you get to another relationship and something like that, and then this guy always brings up, oh yeah, you went and you were like drooling over Arya. சண்டை வடிக்க அப்படி அந்த ஆம்பளைகளுக்கும் இருக்கு பொம்பளைகளுக்கும் இருக்கு அந்த பழைய கதையில கிண்டி oh yeah, you did this, you did that and சொல்லி சண்டை வடி.
That's definitely going to happen. I think no matter, even if I found a guy and I explained to him, hey, I was on the show and this is how it is, you can go watch it. If you're okay with it, let's get married. And then I would do that. I'm pretty sure a lot of like the girls on it, hopefully they would do that as well. And but even so, when you do fight, it's going to come back up. Like you know, like we bring up like our exes and our whatever relationships and stuff, and this is something that you actually watched yourself. Like, what's gonna happen to your lives after that?
Nothing. You just hope the person didn't see the show.
Yeah, like you know, like over episode, it's they try to find out if he's a match,
right?
Or something, right? And some of the things like these women do, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like in the cycling competition was okay. Adukapram column competition with some.
Yeah. Cooking contest.
And then cooking contest. I'm like, why?
My question is now here. Did he cook for the girls too?
He did.
He
did. Like he actually cooked.
He actually cooked.
I know that I didn't see the part where he cooked, but he said, "Now I'm gonna go cook for you guys." But I didn't see it. But I don't know if that actually happened. Yeah.
What happened was he went to cook.
Okay.
And then he says that, oh, you know what I cooked.
Yeah.
I don't think you can eat it. சாப்பிட முடியாது. So எனக்காக ஒருத்தர் வந்து கொண்டு வந்திருக்காருன்னு. And
so this is something all the women can like get riled up for, because they can be like, okay, நாங்க அவருக்கு குக் பண்ணனும்டா அவரே எங்களுக்கு குக் பண்ணல அது நீங்க அந்த கேள்வியை கேட்கலாம்.
Yeah. My feminists out there, come on guys, let's hear it from you.
So that's my question. If let's say I'm single and I say, okay, you know what, I'm looking for a girl who can cook but I can't cook. You guys going to bash the beep out of me.
Yeah.
But if it's Arya, you guys going to be okay with it.
Okay, so we're getting a call right now, so let's answer the call. Yay, our first caller. All right.
Hopefully it's not one of our moms.
It probably is. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Banujan.
What's going on, Banujan?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
We're great. How are you?
Are you from Montreal by any chance?
I am from Montreal.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's MC Banujan.
Yes. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fine.
So far we are.
எங்களை பார்க்க ஃபைனா இருக்கிற மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு
இது முடிஞ்சு வெளியில போனா தான் தெரியும் ஃபைனா இருப்பமா இல்லையான்னு.
So Banujan, are you watching the show?
Yes, that's why I called.
Okay.
You guys have some interesting points to share, and it's great to see different point of views from 3 different people, right?
Absolutely. So we want to hear from you. What's your perspective of the show?
Perspective of the show is it's an eye opener, because obviously the generation is changing. You know, if you look at the generations, like, you know, you have like Big Boss, and you have things like Enga Veetu Mappillai. It gives an eye opener of how people think about each other. As an audience, you look at women. And you see a lot of criticism about, you know, I think one time Sangeeta ma'am said Sapira looked kind of chubby, right?
Yeah, we're going to get to that for sure.
Yeah, so those kind of perspective, you see that, I see there's some backward mentality about certain perspective. Like, even though the years are going, progressing, the mentality of people is still the same. We're still close about certain ideas, certain perspective, you know, something about dating. Okay, what happens with the girls if they went on TV and they get married? You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people went through many relationships, broke up, it happens. But at least these girls, these women, have the courage to pursue that.
That's true.
TV, right?
That's true.
Knowing all that, and that takes a lot of guts, especially for women to come out like that and go on TV and expose themselves and just be truthfully and faithfully like themselves. Don't forget, when you're in front of the camera, you want to portray an ideal image, but sometimes, in a reality show, you want to make sure that you want to be as genuine as possible. So that's one thing I need to applaud them for. Another thing is, who wouldn't want to marry these beautiful women?
I have one question for you, Bhanujan.
Yeah, go ahead.
But because you were kind of praising these women right now, right?
Yeah.
So my question for you is, would you, if you get the offer, if we can kick him out of the show for season 2 and we give the opportunity to you, would you actually do the show in Arya's place, for example, and then actually pretty much make 16 women compete with each other and you pick the best one for you?
God. Who wouldn't want to be in that position?
and also remember this, that you have to have this round where they confess. And this will be 16 women confessing, and you'll have to...
No, why I asked you this question is, Banu, the thing is, do you think the outcome of it, the final person that you choose, that person was throughout real, that you can have a real relationship in the real world with that person? That's
the thing. I don't know.
See, that's the question mark there, right? Because as you said, everybody wants to present themselves to their best to the world, right? But the question is that who they are?
Exactly.
Right, because I brought this up before. For example, usually the outcome of the show is that these people don't end up together, but because then the real true self comes out, and then they realize, okay, you know what, this is not what I saw in the show, and we are not a good match, kind of thing, right?
100%. But the thing is, we still live in a generation that arranged marriage still exists, right?
Yeah, it does.
If anybody wants to get married, arranged marriage still happens. So this is like a point of view for parents, or when they're looking at their show, they have an idea of what people go through, what's their emotion, what's the thing. We don't know. I don't know. Some things will work out. If it does work out, good for them. If it doesn't work out, what can I say? Some people fall in love, they break up for X amount of reasons. It doesn't work out. Arranged marriage sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. We don't know.
Right.
Yeah, everything has the advantage and disadvantage.
It really depends on the people, though. I really think it's not about arranged or love. It's about the two individuals and how they are going through this relationship together, right?
Well, like Bhanujan said, it's a reality show. We have to just as a community or as a society who's watching this, we should actually just take the positive out of it. But Bhanujan rightfully said, for example, in the Big Boss பார்த்து இப்ப சில பேர் வந்து அப்படி சில பேரோட ஒரு மாதிரி பழகுறீனம் இன்னும் வேற மாதிரி பழகினம் ஸோ அவை இந்த உண்மையான கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் வந்து எங்களால் புரிஞ்சு கொள்ளலாம் இருக்கு ஸோ அதால வந்து எங்களுக்கு விளங்குது we shouldn't be like this. We should try to be ourselves with whoever. So இப்போ நீங்க அக்செப்ட் பண்ணணும்ன்றதுக்காக நீங்க விரும்புற மாதிரி நான் இருக்க கூடாது. நான் இப்படிதான் அந்த மாதிரி நாங்க இருக்கணும், right?
100%. Like for example, let's say if I get a arranged marriage, for example.
Yeah. So அதே மாதிரி இதுல இந்த ஷோல நாங்க என்னது பாசிட்டிவ் எடுக்கலாம். If someone is okay with arranged marriage, we should obviously give them, these people, the opportunity to somehow obviously fully get to know each other. Is not possible. பாவேல நாங்க நீங்க ஒரு வருஷம் டேட் பண்ணி போட்டு நீங்க அதுக்கு அப்புறம் முடிவு பண்ணுங்க அப்படி ஒரு பேரண்ட் சொல்ல மாட்டீங்க, right?
சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க 100%.
Exactly. அத என்ன மாதிரி ஃபிகர் அவுட் பண்ணி என்ன மாதிரி அவங்களுக்கு கூட opportunity கொடுக்கலாம் ஒராள தெரிஞ்சு கொள்றதுக்கு புரிஞ்சு கொள்றதுக்குன்றத நாங்க இதுல தெரிஞ்சு கொள்ளலாம் சொல்லுங்க.
But you get to see also the personality of different women, right? How they think.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different taste. Everybody has a different views. Everybody has a different reaction to it, right? So for me, like watching the shows, like you get to understand. You don't get to understand fully, and you just get to have a perspective of, okay, women actually think this way. Women actually think this way, like in different kind of things. This is what they want to do. This want to pursue. It's like for once, it's not. Many men that want to go after women. Many women want to go after a good-looking man like Arya, right? So that's like a complete different offset. And who would actually, like in any Tamil TVs or anything, this is kind of a show that's really a trend-centered because they're being open-minded about, okay, these are the generations coming in that point. The generations coming to be more open about certain views and everything, right?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, I see the show as an eye-opener for a lot of things,
Awesome. So, thanks so much for your call, Banajan.
Thank you, Thomas. And by the way, you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
And hopefully, I get to see more of you guys in the near future.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for calling.
Vanajan actually touched on a really lots of great topics. Yeah. So once he said that it's an eye opener. It's new to Tamil cinema, or I guess Tamil cinema. But like I was just wondering, because back in the days we used to say, she got raped, she has to marry this guy now, and all this stuff. And now we're having movies where it's like, we had sex, but whatever, I'm gonna marry this guy now, and it's totally fine. Like that's how the direction is changed. And I'm just thinking, when does this happen? When has this been okay? Like when has sex before marriage been okay? Right? And then shows like this start coming, and we're like, so all this stuff is okay. What kind of example are we setting for our younger generation? Saying like, you can go out with all these girls, you can do all this stuff, and you can choose a girl in the middle, and that's totally fine. Like, is that what we're telling our boys, our growing boys? And then are we saying that for the girls, the guys can do all this stuff, it's okay, and you can go out with 100 guys at the same time, and that's okay? Like, is that what the show is like showing us? Like, what do you guys think? Yeah, of course.
For example, let's say even in the show like I always keep on going back to this because Inga Vandu, like, we have a Canadian in that show, right? So, and we have a lot more Canadians going to like different shows. And like, if you have different people from different countries, you have their viewership.
That's exactly, it's showbiz. It's all showbiz.
Exactly. So she's single mom, how did she decide to do this? Like, what happens, like the kid, like think about the kid's life, right? How wouldn't tear apart because you have a custody of the child. Both the parents have custody of the child, so how would it affect the child's life? So is this something that we're teaching the next generation that's going here? Hey, you know what, it's okay if you have a kid. The parents' role, like, as long as you could have a different placeholder, it's good enough for the kid. So what about the kid's life, right? What happens to his life? So would it affect his life or would it not? So in the mari vishayamum and Arya tries to address it too, like, she's really super mature. She talks to me really well, and I think I need to know how to get into her life too. And then there's his husband, and like vellakarangal padatha paakike nan paakren, ex-husbandum and boyfriendum veliya poi meet pannike eppura paathu pesreenga nalla avala paatha thirupi adutha side poiruven.
It's true. It's a tough situation to be in, but I think they're making it work, I guess.
But I don't know, this is இப்ப நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி வெள்ளக்காரங்க இது வந்து அப்படி இருக்குது. இப்ப கல்யாணம் கடையில பிள்ளைகள் இருக்கும், husband இன்னும் ஒரு ஆளோட இருப்பார், wife இன்னும் ஒரு ஆளோட, and they chill together.
I'm like, எப்படி?
So அப்படி இருக்கும். So they say we are still friends. I don't know how that could ever work. But for example, இப்ப நாங்க இப்ப இங்க நிறைய பேர் வந்து வெளிநாட்டுல தான் பிறந்து வளர்ந்தாங்க. இப்ப I was born and raised in Germany, but because அங்க வந்து இப்ப தமிழாக்கள் எல்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் பிரிஞ்சு இருக்கிறபடியா I think we kept more the culture in us, because நாங்க இப்ப ரோட்ல கூடிய ஒரு தமிழாக்களை நாங்க மீட் பண்ணிக்க நாங்க நின்ற வேலையோட காய்ச்சிட்டு போவோம். தெரியுமோ தெரியா பரவாயில்ல, அட்லீஸ்ட் வணக்கம் சொல்லி காய்ச்சிட்டு போவோம். இங்க நாங்க அப்படி செய்யறேன்டா, you would be busy the whole day. That's a full-time job to do that, because everybody minds their own business here, right? So அப்ப என்ன நடக்கும்னா அடுத்த ஜெனரேஷன் வரைக்கும் இப்ப எங்களுக்கு புள்ள பிறந்து அவையில் வளரேக்க they will become more and more white. I would say more white.
Actually, and the shit that I can remember the thing you told me that I had on Instagram. I had a couple of comments that came on, and one person justified saying that Nan Vilinthundu Sirichanan, and I didn't want to troll back because she wrote like a huge length of a paragraph saying that she like Arya வந்து like அவராவது பப்ளிக்கா ஓபனா சொல்லிட்டு டேட் பண்ற பசங்க எல்லாம் நார்மலா அப்படி இல்ல, யாரை டேட் பண்றேன்னு சொல்லாமலே எல்லாத்தையும் டேட் பண்ணிட்டு ஒருத்தரை சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டு இருப்பாங்க, யாருக்கும் தெரியாது.
It is true.
I'm just thinking about like how is our culture changing? How is this stuff being okay now? That's my question.
I don't know. I still find it a little bit awkward. Like when I first came here, when people say, "Oh, dating is different from going out, is different from being together," and I'm like,
friends with benefits. Yeah, there's too many of them out there. Yeah.
Like,
all right. And so Banajan also touched on the topic of Sangeeta, and that's going to be one of our biggest topics yet, because Sangeeta says a lot of horrible things on the show. Like a lot of stuff that she says is just putting women down, and her as a woman, like herself, I never expect us to hear this stuff from her, right? So one of the things she said is if any other, so we do have a caller. We'll take him or her in just a minute. So one of the things she says on the show is if other guys that are watching is like, oh, adichanda, oh, valranda, like, isn't that putting women down when you say things like that? Like, sure, great, good for you. As a guy, you have all these women around you, but don't treat us like. Phone bandra, I'll take care of them. Okay. Hello.
Hi, my name is Ragavi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the show because I am someone who watches Enga Veetu Mappillai, and it's a bit weird because it's like I don't agree with the show, but I continue to watch it, so I don't know what's up at this point.
You just like the drama, right, that it creates.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but you don't really agree with the concept. It's just reality TV that you just kind of watch to kind of spend the time. But I guess some of the things I wanted to talk about is, for example, this idea of just the desperation that some of these women kind of portray. It kind of makes women look, like I said, desperate.
Right.
And I kind of wonder whether if there was an opposite show like The Bachelorette, and we had someone like Nayantara who was as the main lead, and imagine all these men running after her.
Right.
I wonder how people would talk about Nayantara.
That's exactly she would be my point. Yeah, they would be calling her all sorts of derogatory
all sorts of things. Imagine if she took someone's hand and kissed their cheek and like did all the stuff that Arya was doing. I'm pretty sure she would be getting a ton of
100%.
Very negative comments.
100%, yeah.
And that's one thing. There's also some other aspects. I guess another aspect of how they make women look really bad is that one round with, I think it was like it was something like they asked them, have you ever thought of eliminating one of the other contestants? And it's kind of like brewing up the drama within themselves, almost bringing up this idea of women pitting against each other, or like pitting women against each other. And it's such a negative idea to bring to the table, or bring to the show, because maybe there wasn't any issues, but it's bringing those ideas.
But that's how you get the ratings, right? Like you said, you don't agree with the show, but you still watch it.
Exactly,
for those reasons, right? And that's exactly what they're creating. They create the drama for everybody to watch it.
I think if the
exactly. And a lot of it also is reason why I watch it is also it's comedic in the sense that they do so many dumb things, and it's just like why, or like there's some of these. It's so dramatic in the way they've done it in general. It's just contrasting it with just how The Bachelor and Bachelor is done. It's just interesting. And then the last point I want to talk about is just I don't understand how any of the tasks could possibly determine how compatible you are with Arya. Like none of the tasks determine that, which is why I don't think any of these people would make a compatible match with Arya. It's a ridiculous idea. I don't get it.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing your views.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Exactly. So many ridiculous things.
Let's go back to your Sangeeta issue.
And then she also says one point they have a fashion show. I don't know why they need a fashion show, because Arya needs to look her up and down and look at how she dresses.
Red carpet on the
Oh my god.
So
shoot myself.
Like that really like
open your eyes.
Opened my eyes, made me think. Was if the roles were reversed, if Nayantara was in the show,
that's exactly
and all the guys
that was a good aspect
there,
she said.
Like,
exactly.
think about it, right? Like
I actually have that written down to talk about. So there you go. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, would people think of the guys the same thing? Like much younger Nayantara even date to
But if it was the girls going out today, and those eliminated girls, they'll probably get shone on, right?
Yeah.
For they're like, oh, you went on the show, like what's wrong with you? They'll talk about it. But much good for you, man. High fives and everything. It's so sad. That's just how the world is, right?
But all the girls would talk shit about us. They're like, oh, look how desperate they're going. Right?
Yeah. That's how it is. Never know. But yeah, that was a really wonderful point. And then she says in this in the fashion show, she goes, "Ponnu mari nadongo." What is ponnu mari nadongo?
That I have to defend her.
Okay.
You have to like few scenes before, because you pointed that out to me, so I actually watched that part.
Yeah.
And then that girl, she was walking kind of weirdly apparently, right? So then they're like, so why are you so stiff, kind of thing, right? And she's like saying, enakku ponnu mari ella nadakka varadu. She's saying that, and that's why she's bringing us a ponnu mari nadanga nu solra. So I don't think as a joke. I don't think she said it because she felt like it. She said it herself, right?
Yeah. She did say it herself, but as a host and as a feminist, she should not have said "Ponnu mari nadongo." She should have said, "Hey, why don't you like?" Yes, please tell us. Tell us.
So engada aakalukkulla, like growing artists, like some growing Canadian or young Tamil artists, like young Tamil artists vareka இப்படி comments போட்டிருந்தாங்கடா அவங்களே இன்னைக்கு படிக்க வச்சு அடி அடின்னு அடிச்சு.
But I didn't, to be honest, I didn't feel like that was an issue.
But see, you felt it, right?
I felt that it was an issue.
You felt it.
No, because if ava sollama irundal, if she didn't say it, and she said, "Oh, ipo ninga aamla mere nadakringa, ninga ponnu mere nadakringa," solli irundha, that is an issue. She has said it herself, "Enakku ponnu mere nadakka veradu." She said, "No, just try to walk like a girl."
So
that's not a problem.
I feel like she could have worded it a little bit differently instead of saying ponnu mere. I know.
To be honest, that I didn't feel. I didn't feel that was an issue, to be honest. And the one that I had an issue with, but then again, we don't know what the editing process is there.
True. It is show business.
And of course, okay, what I wanted to touch base on is because she said, "Oh, I have an advice for you. You should lose weight. You will look better when you lose weight," kind of thing.
You look better and grow your hair, because apparently long hair is supposed to make you beautiful.
Okay, but my point is, அவ வந்து ஒரு uncomfortable நடந்தவ, right? கொஞ்சம் கூனி அப்படி நடந்தவ. இப்ப நான் வந்து சில பேர் கேட்பினோம், okay, you always wear the best, you always wear blazers. Yeah, ஏன்னா தொப்பை இருக்குது, அதை மறைக்கிறதுக்கு அதான் போறோம். It's easy, right? என்ன முழுதேனும் இப்படி ஒக்கிக்கொண்டு நிக்கல. I just wear that. That's the truth. That's the truth. So என்ன இப்ப நீங்க t-shirt மட்டும் நின்னீங்கன்னா சேஜ் நீங்க சில நேரம் நீங்க கம்ஃபர்ட்டா நின்னீங்கன்னா ஓகே தொப்பை ஒன்னு தெரியுமா அப்படி. So அதுக்கு blazer போட்டு நின்னீங்கன்னா it's okay. So probably she walked like that and she said, okay, you know what, I'm not comfortable with my weight. That's why I'm uncomfortable to walk like all like upright and stuff, right? So adukavela appadi solli irundirkalam. I don't know, I'm not defending them, but regardless avela adha cut panni potu idha mattum inda comment mattum potrundal, then it will look bad. But end of the way she started the conversation, it kind of tells me that she just said it, because she said, "Oh, I have a lot of advice for you, you should lose weight." So that's wrong. Because she's not slim herself.
Exactly.
Hold
on. So please do give us a call at 647-349-5001 and tell us your comments about Sangeeta. And we're going to be right back after this break.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
Okay, so what was the next thing that I had here?
I think we weren't really finished with our last thing.
Oh, we weren't talking. Yeah, let's just keep talking about it. So remember, guys, you can call us in and share your views at 647-349-5001. So go ahead, guys. How else do you guys have? Priyanth, you haven't talked. Tell us.
So, I don't know, like every time I think about this show, and again, in the vision, like really grabs me is this, because like, you know, you have all these women trying to like attack each other, like, you know, it sort of permeates the stereotypes what men have about women. Like, you know, hey, you know what, you go with these two girls, you basically know there's like a cat fight happening if they didn't like you. So when I was watching the show and I'm like, oh my god, this basically like, you know, settles down like that, like it concretely proves some of the stereotypes that actually exist there. And I'm like, you know, if I ever go,
it's okay, finish your thought. Okay, let's take the caller then. Hello.
Hi guys.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Alright, Kiro, I'm your fan.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hey, no problem.
Who are we talking to?
Yeah, I was, say it again.
Who are we talking to?
This is Jay.
Jay, hi Jay.
New York.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So do you watch the show, Jay?
No, I don't, but I've seen a couple of clips.
Yeah.
On Facebook, but
those clips are more than enough to base your opinion on, right?
Pretty much. Actually, I don't agree with this concept completely, but this concept is not new. It's history. I mean, like if you know, like the Mahabharata and all these things, it was there already. It's called Suyamvaram.
Oh, that's exactly what Priyanka was telling us about. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty much the same concept, but I don't think this show is real.
Right.
I'm just saying it from what I have seen on those clips.
Right.
These are actors and models. That's what I believe.
Right. Yeah. A lot of them are models. Yeah.
Yes. So I would say at least like 80% of them are fake. Maybe there's a couple of girls are serious about it. And this is pretty much a selling point. It's a show, and that's it. It would not work in real life.
Yeah.
Like, especially in India or like Tamil Nadu, it's only like 20% of the people would watch this show.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are like, their level is different comparing with these type of, I don't know what to say about it, but yeah, this is just a show.
Yeah.
That's it. It's nothing more to it. Just like Big Boss, it was just a show.
It's just for money,
and
right?
In real life, the things are different.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like arranged marriage is still there, but I've seen so many divorce cases in arranged marriages as well, just in Toronto itself. And then love marriage is the same thing. I think the only way to get married, I'm not even sure if that would work 100%, but this might be the better way. Like, just go out, get to know each other,
right,
and try to get really close to each other. Because, like, when you're going out, you don't know much about that person. Once you get married, then the real stuff comes out.
Exactly. That was actually another point that I was going to ask. Because in real life, when you're dating someone, you don't know the real person for at least like 6 months to a year. That's when the real person comes out, right? And this is TV. Who's going to show their real self on TV? This is all showbiz, right?
Like I said, like some of the things like Susanna thing, it bothers me because like you had a kid, you left him and you went back there. Like, what happened to that kid? Like, really, where is that kid?
The kid's with the father right now, so the father's taking care of him.
Like, what would you tell the kid? Hey, your mom went to a show where she's
looking for the next husband.
Fighting among 14 other women to find a husband. Like, how would that kid feel? What happens to that kid if he has, like, his friends? Like, imagine his friend's mom go tells his son, and then this kid goes and talks to Susanna and says, hey, I heard about your mom, so what's she doing? I'm like, oh, God.
How do you feel about that, Jay?
See, about the show, I think it's fake, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. But I'm just gonna say certain things like girls and boys need to understand one thing: there's no perfect people.
Right.
You can never find perfect person in your life. So that even just start saying it when you're 16, so you would know you're not getting a perfect person.
Right.
And once you get married, the whole point is that understand that person and what do you call that? Give up certain things if you have
compromising, right?
Like, yes, give and take policy. That's what you should say. Yeah. So this is the only way the marriage can work out. That's the only main reason there are so many divorces, because I just don't want to give up my habit or anything for my girl, or she doesn't want to do the same thing to me. But you have to.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. You go ahead.
Oh, hello?
Did we get cut off?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't.
He's still there.
Hey.
There was
yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to take your time that much.
All right,
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
And no problem, guys. You guys take care.
You too.
No problem. Thank you so much for calling in again, Jay. So
we have another caller?
We have another caller.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who are we talking to?
Raj.
Hi, Raj. How are you?
Solunga Raj.
Good. நீங்க இந்த ஷோ பத்தி நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க?
நானா இந்த மாதிரி ஷோ நடந்திருக்கவே கூடாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். It's awful. I mean, உண்மையிலே இந்த ஷோ வந்து just ratings-க்காக தான் செய்யறேன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். Because நீங்க வந்து ஒரு பொண்ணு தொடரணும்னா
அப்ப நீங்க ஒரு நான் நேரே சொல்றேன். அப்ப ஒரு பொண்ணு ஒரு விபச்சார பொருளாயே தான் நீங்க அதுல இந்த டிவில காட்டிலையா?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Objectify பண்றாங்க.
Right. They are objectifying women. That's exactly what's happening. Because if you really want to find a girl, then நீங்க வந்து தானா போய் தேடுங்களே. நீங்க ஒரு ஷோ I mean நீங்க ஒரு 10 பிள்ளை வச்சிட்டு ஓகே நாங்க வந்து ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் உங்களோட பழகிட்டு கல்யாணம் கட்டணும்னு சொல்லலாம். ஏன் நீங்க டிவில வந்து போடுறோம் ரைட்?
டிவிலயே போட்டு
அதுல இப்ப ஆரியா போறதையும் கட்ட போறது இல்லைன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும்.
ரைட்.
ஓகே இப்ப அதுல போன 15 பொண்ணையும் கட்டுறதுக்கு நான் 15 இழிச்ச வாயங்க இருக்கிறாங்கன்றத நான் பேசிக்கிறதுல
15 இழிச்ச வாயங்களா ஐயோ இனிமேல் கட்டுறவங்களுக்கு தான் பிரச்சனை இனிமேல் கட்ட போறோம்னு யோசிப்பான் போல இருக்கு.
ஆனா என்ன ஒரு மனஸ்தாபத்துக்குரிய பிள்ளையும் அந்த ஈழத்தமிழத்துல இருந்து ஒரு ஜெசிகான்ற ஒரு பிள்ளை போய் நல்ல பேரும்புகளோட வந்தது. அந்த பிள்ளைக்கு அவமானப்படுத்துற மாதிரி இன்னொரு ஈழத்துல பிறந்து வளர்ந்த ஒரு பொண்ணாங்க போய் ஈழத்தமிழருக்கு பெரிய அவமானத்தை ஏற்படுத்தி இருக்கிறா.
நீங்க அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு ஃபீல் பண்றீங்களா? சோ ஹி பேசிக்கலி
இந்தியா கல்ச்சர் பொறுத்தவரை ஈழத்துல பிறந்த தமிழாக்களுக்கு ஒரு சரியான மத்து மரியாதையும் இருந்தது. ஆனா இந்த பொண்ணால அவ்வளவு இழந்துட்டேன் நாங்க.
Right. Definitely. Ungada karuthum adu, you know, it's your karuthu, so that's totally fine. Yeah.
And thank you so much for your karuthu, Mr. Raj.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. So Mr. Raj romba angry our comment solli.
I was actually thinking like Susanna kadikkum bodellam Arya just like stares at her. I'm like, does he even understand what she's saying? Like our accent is very different from your accent, right? So when she's like, oh, I'm a radiation therapist, like, oh, okay. I have no idea what that was, right?
They make fun of her too.
They like,
do they? Like her accent and Susanna.
Oh, it's getting more fun now.
All right, let's take the next caller. Hello.
Hi. We just seen the Curious Corner live stream.
Yeah, you're on it right now.
You're on it right now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Idanappa pudusa irukku.
Oh, he hung up.
Oh.
Did he get scared?
Oh, paavam.
Oh,
ayyo. Idanada pudusa karukku live vara. Engalukku live vara நேரத்துல வந்து
திட்டெடுத்து Hello?
Yeah, well, you could always call back. We are alive at the
concert. If you're still watching, please call back. You can talk to us live.
So the number is 647-349-5001. So please do call us in, and we would love to hear your
He was like shocked. He's like, I am.
I'm like, shit, I can't call them anymore.
All right.
We do got to wrap up the show really soon, though. I know a lot of you guys are probably
let's get back to what Raj said. I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Just judging from the way he was saying things, I guess he was from the little older generation, I would say, or he's a bit older, I assume, right? Looks like, sounded more like a family man, right? So, I mean, Avel vanda appadithaan yosipinam, right? Avar sonnadhu, for example, Jessica went and pretty much gave all of us a great name, and because not only with the singing, she also did good things. Alla win banna kaasai vandu nalla vishayathukku ellam koduthu, and she's doing a lot of things like that, right? Where she's donating whatever she makes with her music and stuff. Even in the Harvard chair, Kakuda, she is a spokesperson type of thing.
But the show வந்து மாறி மாறி
இது நாங்க சொல்ல வேண்டிய ஒரு கட்டாயம் இருக்கு. பிகாஸ் அவர் வந்து என்ன சொன்னாருன்னா, அப்ப வந்து நிறைய நல்ல விஷயங்களை செய்து எங்களுக்கு நல்ல பேர் வாங்கி கொடுக்கிற ஒரு ஆள் வந்து இருக்கும்போது இப்படியும் ஒரு ஆள் போய் இந்த பேரு கெடுக்கணுமான்னு நினைக்கிற நிறைய பேரும் இருக்கணும். And I think we have a caller.
Right?
Let's see what the caller has to say about this.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Who's this?
Kirtana.
Hi, Kirtana. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. How do you feel about the show?
Okay. To be honest, yeah, I do watch it, but like most people said, it's for drama purpose.
Yeah.
And like I watch it and like I always tweet about it, or like I talk to my aunts from like London, like we make fun of it and stuff like that.
Right.
So I just have 2 points or like a few like views that I have.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, one of them is confession session.
Yes.
I feel like all these stories, they're like how do I say, like they're just making it for sympathy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the only true person that was the contestant is from Canada, Susanna, because she never actually told about her past on live television.
Okay.
She used her time on one-on-one date and talked to Arya privately.
Right.
And I respected that from her.
So wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did they show us that part? Because I didn't watch that. So did they show us her story, or was it just like those two talking?
Oh no, they didn't show it because they cut it.
Cool.
They had like a one-on-one, and I guess she requested not to, and she just told Arya about the story.
Fair.
Smart girl.
Yeah. Okay, what are your other points?
Oh, and also like the other like abusing story, or the one with the mom and stuff. Yeah, they're just like I feel like they're just building up. So as our point of view as the viewers, we feel bad for them, and then like we would want to like vote for them or like make like them more. Also, there was another thing.
Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, the age thing. Did you know that there's at least 3 contestants that are 20 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was one of them. Okay, there's 3 of them. Great. Wonderful.
Yeah, one of them is out, and there's only 2. There's 2 more, but honestly, they don't look 20, but they are 20.
Right.
That's the issue.
Right.
And yeah, I like commented about their age. Like 17 years old is like it's a big gap.
Yeah.
And I feel like
that's almost 2 decades.
And I feel like that's kind of disgusting because 17, like if it's and the only age I feel like that's closer is Susanna because she's 33.
Right.
Whereas he's 37, where the others are younger than 33.
Right. Yeah, because if it's in real life, like in our day, we would call him a pedophile because he's almost 40, and we'd be like, ew, we don't want to marry a 40-year-old. But if it's TV, if he's a celebrity, and if he's good looking, oh yeah, no problem. I'm getting money out of this, I'm getting fame out of this, sure, why not, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much, Raghavi.
All right, thank you so much, and I really love your points and everything, and you guys make good statements.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Have a great day.
You too. Okay, we have another caller, I think. 2 more callers. Okay, thanks so much for calling in. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
ஒரு சிக்கன் கொத்தரொட்டி ஆர்டர் பண்ணேன். எத்தனை மணிக்கு ரெடி ஆகும்?
ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் ரெடி ஆகும். நீங்க வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க, வந்துடுறோம்.
எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஸ்பைசி எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிரேவியோட வரும், கவலைப்படாதீங்க.
ஓகே. அண்ணா நீங்க ரொம்ப நல்ல வடிவா இருக்கீங்க.
அப்படியே தகன்னு எம்ஜிஆர் மாதிரி மின்றனா.
Okay, நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, bye-bye.
All right, let's take our next caller. Hello. Okay, அவ்வளவுதான். சரி, பயந்து ஓடிட்டாங்க. Maybe he's delivering kotroti for him.
I'm kind of getting hungry now because of this.
I know, the kotroti, right? Okay, there's another part for the. So let's get back to the fashion show part. Where in the fashion show they tell the girls, oh, you guys should dress like this. You should wear this color. You should wear this. You should grow your hair. And like why are you telling the woman how to look? Shouldn't you accept them for how they look and for how they are? Why are you telling them how to change and just so that he can like you better?
I think that's the point of the show. Like, hey, you know what? Fight for Arya. This is what he likes. And this is what he likes, and do what he wants.
Right.
And, that's what Sangeeta always keeps on constantly emphasizing. In the
if someone asks for advice, or I don't know how to dress properly, can you give me an advice? And you tell them it's fine.
That's fine.
That's like disrespectful.
Exactly.
If I think this is good, if people don't like my flower T-shirt, okay, too bad for you. I like it, so I'm wearing it. But if I come to you and I'm like, okay, Priyan, you know what? I don't know how to dress. That's why I'm wearing like hideous T-shirts like this what I'm wearing right now. Can you give me like good advice, and then you can advise me, right? But you shouldn't come out of your way without me even saying anything. Hey Steve, your T-shirt sucks. You have to wear like this. You have to wear this and that.
It's basically telling them like not to be comfortable in your own skin. Be somebody who you are not, just so that a guy can like you. It just doesn't make sense.
And you don't even know, you might even end up with that person.
Right. So you're gonna change yourself and do all this stuff to you when the guy.
They can potentially date another actor.
Apparently Vishal is next in line, so I mean I don't know about that. And what's really funny, one of the girls actually made a comment. We have another caller? Okay, let's take in another caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, how are you?
நான் இந்த ரமேஷ் கதைக்கிறேன்.
வணக்கம் ரமேஷ்.
என்ன நான் இப்ப ரியல் எஸ்டேட் செய்யறேன்.
இது பேர் ஓகே ரமேஷ்.
நான் இந்த 4வது வருஷம் செய்யறேன். இப்பதான் ஸ்கூலுக்கு போய் இப்ப வந்திருக்கிறேன். இப்ப எனக்கு அட்வர்டைஸ்மென்ட் தேவை. அதான் என்னன்னு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
அட்வர்டைஸ்மென்ட் செய்யறதுக்கு நீங்க வந்து directly curiouscorner@gmail.com க்கு அனுப்புங்க. நாங்க உங்களுக்கு அங்க வந்து கலைக்கிறோம். சரியா?
பிசினஸ் போலியோ
அதுக்கு டப்புன்னு தருவீங்களோ?
டப்புன்னு தரலாம், பரவாயில்ல. Okay. Thank you very much for that call. Always gotta spice things up right here, right?
I always like the prank calls.
Yeah, I love it. Someone on a kotroti, he wants advertising.
Real estate க்கு எங்க வீட்டு மாப்பிள்ளைக்கு என்ன சம்பந்தம்? ஒருவேளை இவர்தான் வீடு வாங்கி
jingle தேவையானா you can message like email stevefliffmusic@gmail.com.
There you go.
Jingle அப்ப கேப்ல நான் எனக்கும் அட்வர்டைஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
And we also have to mention, since we're on the topic of advertisement, Tea with Vada, he has a live show every single week. So if you guys like this whole setup, if you like talking to people, then you guys should tune into his show every single Sundays. Saturdays.
டீம் வடையும் டொனேட் பண்ணலாமா?
டொனேட் பண்ணலாம். ரியல் எஸ்டேட்டுக்கு உங்களை ஆட் பண்ண மாட்டா, அங்க டொனேட் பண்ணிட்டு ரியல் எஸ்டேட்ல ஆட் போடுவாங்க.
Okay. I think இப்போ உங்களுக்கு இப்போ prank calls எல்லாம் வேற தொடங்குறவரையே நான் கூட அலர்ட்ரம் போல இருக்கு. So
any more prank calls coming in, we're going to cut you off right away, okay? Hello.
Hello. Hi.
சொல்லுங்க சார், உங்க பேர் என்ன?
ஜதுஷன்.
ஜதுஷன், சொல்லுங்க ஜதுஷன், எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
நல்லா இருக்கறோம்.
சொந்தக்காரரா?
நல்லா இருக்கறாரு. தெரிஞ்ச எனக்கு நானும் அவன் இப்படி ஒரே க்ளோஸ்.
இப்படியா? சரி சொல்லுங்க.
அப்ப நீங்க கொத்ரோட்டி கேட்க மாட்டீங்க, இது மார்க்கெட் பண்ண கேட்க மாட்டீங்கல?
விளங்கல நீங்க சொல்றது.
இல்ல பரவாயில்லை, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. நீங்க ஷோ பாக்குறீங்களா?
ஷோ பாக்குறேன், நான் ஒரே ஒருக்கா பார்த்தேன். ஆனா அதுல வந்து இப்படி ஒரு பொண்ணுங்களை வெளியா காட்டுறதால பிடிக்கிறேன், பாக்குறேன்.
True man, thank you very much.
ஆனா நான் இதுக்கு முன்ன கால் பண்ணேன் ராஜ்ன்ற பேர்ல, நீங்க என்ன போட இல்ல?
அது வந்தது வருது
இல்ல, வர இல்ல லைவ்ல.
பேசுறதெல்லாம் கேக்குதா? நீங்க பேசுறதெல்லாம் கேக்குதா? யூடியூப்ல தானே பாக்குறீங்க?
யூடியூப்ல நீங்க அனுப்புற லிங்க்ல தான் பார்த்தேன்.
யூடியூப் வந்து இந்த லைவ் வந்து முடிஞ்ச உடனே நீங்க திருப்பி ரிவைண்ட் பண்ணி அதை பார்க்கலாம். இப்ப லைவ் போய்க்கிட்டே இருக்குது படியா உங்களால பார்க்க முடியாது.
நான் ஆரம்பத்துல இருந்து தான் பாத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
பட் உங்க எல்லா காலும் கேட்டுச்சா?
விளங்கல.
பட் உங்களுக்கு உங்க கால் கேட்கலன்னு நீங்க ஃபீல் பண்றீங்களா, இல்ல நாங்க பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது நீங்க மியூட் ஆச்சுன்னு ஃபீல் பண்றீங்களா?
இல்ல நீங்க நான் இந்த கால்ல வந்து நான் கலஞ்ச விஷயமே வேற இல்ல.
இல்ல நாங்க வந்து இந்த லைவ் ஷோ முடிஞ்ச உடனே நீங்க திருப்பி ரிவைண்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். இப்ப வராது.
மேபி இந்த லைவ்ல போறதுனால டக்குன்னு பாஸ் ஆயிருக்கும். பட் எனிவேஸ் ஜதுஷன் AKA ராஜ், நீங்க திருப்பி ரிவைண்ட் பண்ணி பாருங்க, உங்களுக்கு
நன்றி.
தேங்க்ஸ் ஜதுஷ். வெக்கவே இல்லாம திருப்பி சொல்லிட்டாரு, நான் தான் அடுத்த காலரா வந்தேன். நீங்க எல்லாம் உண்மையான மனிதர்கள்.
ஓகே, அப்புறம் லெட்ஸ் see. வரலட்சுமி என்ற ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்தவ ரைட் ஷோக்கு. அண்ட் அந்த ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து சொன்னவா, ஆர்யா வந்து ஏன் இவ்வளவு நாளும் சிங்கிளா இருந்ததுன்னு கேட்டா சுசானா கேட்டவா. அண்ட் he said, he needs a really nice face to wake up to and a really nice face to come home to, and that's the reason that he hasn't found that face. So really, is Arya just looking for a face, or is he looking for a good personality and good talented wife? Right? That's a really questionable thing at that point. Her being a really close friend and coming to say something like that, it kind of puts him down and makes the whole show.
Sarath Kumar's daughter?
Yeah, that was Sarath Kumar's daughter. Yeah, and it just puts the whole show like into perspective. Like this is just show business. This is all you're doing it for, and he only cares about looks, right?
So like, இன்னொரு விஷயம் நான் கேள்விப்பட்டேன். Apparently Arya was in a 7-year relationship.
Yeah, he's saying
that on the show.
He's in a 7-year relationship. He was married, and again his friends then comes and
so what, he was married actually?
He was apparently married for like a month.
I didn't see that part actually.
He was apparently married for a month.
Okay.
Right, and India has like pretty ridiculous laws. In Tamil Nadu they have a new law where ஏனண்டா இப்ப உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா நீங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ் போய் கேட்க தேவையில்லை, you could go and register and get married, right? So இப்ப புதுசா law கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க that you need to inform your parents and bring the proof that you informed your parents to get married in a registration office. So இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய laws இருக்காங்க, right? So he was saying how like after 30 days you have to go and inform them in the office, so that's how you confirm your marriage or something like that. But again, go watch the episode. I'm not really sure, and I'm not sure about Indian laws. So he was saying how he was married for a short time and he really liked that. And his friends were saying how he took a long time to come out of that
recover from it.
Interesting.
I was like, unna patta me recover pandra mari theriyala.
So remember guys, you guys can call us in at 647-349-5001. We're going to take one more caller and then we're going to end the show very very soon. So if you guys want to share your views, please do give us a call ASAP.
அவர் காலர் கட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அப்ப நாங்க டக்குனு சின்ன பிரேக் போயிட்டு வருவோமா?
sure, ஒரு பிரேக்குக்கு போயிட்டு வரலாம்.
ஒரு பிரேக்குக்கு போயிட்டு வருவோம்.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும், தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும், கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது. அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உண்மை உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are going to wrap up really shortly because we are all getting hungry and you guys all have a life. So let's do this. So we have our next caller, Ajit Kumar. Ajit Kumar, ningala thala.
Hello, hello.
Vanakkam thala.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
நல்லா இருக்கோம். நீங்க எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
பாஸ், ஏன் பாஸ் உங்க கடைசி படம் அவளுக்கு லைக் பிடிக்கல பாஸ் உங்க கடைசி படம்?
என்ன உங்கள மாதிரி ரசிகர் இருந்தா நான் இப்படி தான் இருக்கேன்.
அதெல்லாம் பரவாயில்லை பாஸ். அதே பாஸ்.
அத விடுங்க பாஸ். நாங்க ஷோக்கு போ.
சரி, வாங்க.
சரி, ஏன் இந்த ஷோ எல்லாரும் தப்பா கதைக்கிறாங்க?
நீங்களே சொல்லுங்க, ஏன் தப்பா கதைக்கிறாங்க?
இல்ல, அதுல என்ன தப்பு? எனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. என்ன தப்பு இருக்குன்னு எல்லாரும் தப்பா கதைக்கிறாங்க.
ஓகே, நீங்க என்ன ஷோல ரைட்டா இருக்குன்னு நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, தப்பா இருக்குன்னு நாங்க சொல்றோம்.
நல்ல கேள்வி. ஓகே,
இது நல்ல கேள்வி. அடுத்த கேள்வி.
அட பாய், ஒரு 1 hour இருந்து ஏன் தப்பா இருக்குன்னு இவ்வளவு நேரம் சொல்லி கொண்டிருக்கீங்க. சொல்லுங்க.
இப்ப அவங்க அந்த ஷோவை தப்பா செய்யறதால உங்களுக்கு வந்து நல்ல ஒரு வியூவர்ஸ் கிடைக்கிறாங்களே, நீங்க அதுக்கு எதிரா பண்றதானே?
என்னது?
எஸ், அது வந்து எல்லாத்துலயும் செய்யலாமே. ஒரு நல்ல விஷயத்தை எடுத்து கெட்டமா சொல்லலாம், you know, vice versa.
எப்படி பேசினாலும் கார்னர் பண்ணி மடக்குறாங்களே.
மடக்குவோம்ல.
சரி.
கம் ஆன்.
என்னடா கதைக்கிறது?
உங்ககிட்ட நிறைய எதிர்பார்க்கிறேன் அஜித் குமார்.
சொல்ற பாயிண்ட் எனக்கு விளங்குது. இப்ப ஒரு கூடாத விஷயம் நடக்குது, நாங்க அவன் செய்யறது புள்ளையன்னு பண்றவடியா தான்
வேற என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்.
சொல்லுங்க.
சரி, நான் ஓபனா கதைக்கிறேன். ஓகேவா?
சரி, ஓபனா சொல்லுங்க.
சரி, இங்க பல பேர் மறைச்சு செய்யறத அவன் அங்க டிவில செய்யறான்.
ஆமா,
அதுல என்ன தப்பு இருக்கு?
அஜித் குமார் என்ன இப்படி கேட்டுட்டீங்க?
கருப்பு எம்ஜிஆர் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல வரேன்.
சொல்லுங்க
அஜித் குமார்.
ஆமா,
உங்களுக்கு கல்யாணம் ஆயிட்டுதா?
அஜித் குமார் ஒரு 24 இயர்ஸா டாங் இருக்கிறாரு. யாரையும்
அஜித் குமாரோட வைஃப் இது கேட்டா உங்களுக்கு அடிதான் விழும். இல்லாட்டி ஃபியூச்சர் வைஃப் கேட்டா கட்டவே மாட்டாங்க. சோ யூ நோ, ஐ திங்க் யூ ஷுட் ஸ்டாப்.
நாங்க ஆரியா பத்தி நாங்க ஒண்ணு சொல்லல தானே. இல்ல, நீங்க சொல்ற சார், நாங்க ஆரியா பத்தி நாங்க வந்து பிள்ளையா கதைக்கல தானே. அவர் வந்து ஓப்பனா செய்யறாரு, மெட்டீரியல் வந்து அது இதா செய்யணும். நீங்க சொல்ற விஷயம் சரி, பட் we are mainly talking about that these women are okay to go on the show. அவங்க வந்து தெரிஞ்சு இப்படி ஒரு ஷோ செய்யறாங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சு இந்த மாதிரி தான் அங்க போர்ட்ரே பண்ண போறாங்க தெரிஞ்சு அதுல போயிருக்காங்க. அத பத்தி தான்
இப்படி பாருங்க மிஸ்டர் அஜித் குமார், இந்த ஷோல போன ஒரு woman வந்து உங்கள்ட்ட ப்ரொபோஸ் பண்றாங்க. உங்க ஸ்டைலு, உங்க ஹைட்டு, உங்க கலரு, உங்க எடை எல்லாம் பிடிச்சிருக்குன்னு ப்ரொபோஸ் பண்றாங்க. நீங்க அவங்களை ஏத்துப்பீங்களா?
இதே சிச்சுவேஷன் உங்களுக்கு நடந்தா நீங்க ஏத்துக்கொள்வீங்களா?
ஆனா அந்த ஒரு படத்துல, விஜய் படத்துல விவேக் ஒரு காமெடி சொல்லுவாரு தெரியுமா? டோன்ட் மேக் மீ a father of foreign country. அது மாதிரிதான் ஏன்பா இப்படி ஏன் பாஸ்கெட் பால் கோர்ட்ல வந்து பாஸ்கெட் பால் ஆடுறீங்க?
Okay, thank you
so much Ajit Kumar.
ரொம்ப நன்றி.
Bye.
So I know like girls are technically very jealous people. I mean, maybe not everybody, but a good majority of us is very jealous. And so I feel like that's why the show was made, because there would be a lot of drama, there'd be a lot of cat fights, and then they actually push each other to fight as well, because the questions they ask when they come on camera, they're like, oh, what did you feel about this girl? Why did you feel about that girl? Oh, who do you think is the worst contestant? When the questions they ask is provoking them to fight with each other, right? And they want those fights because that's going to give them ratings, that's going to give them more views.
கால் பண்ண ரெண்டு பேரே என்ன சொன்னாங்க, உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஷோவோட கான்செப்ட் பிடிக்கல, but we watching it because of the drama.
Right, exactly. So that's why we think that the show is not real. The show is just purely for ratings, and a lot of these people that are on it, a 20-year-old girl and a married girl and all this stuff, it's just for interest. It's for that drama, right? So let's just wrap it up like that.
Who knows what deals they have, right?
Yeah. Like they're getting paid to do this show, first of all.
Exactly.
Right? They're getting paid. So why would you not want to have fame and have money? And
I think it's kind of half-half. There's probably few of them that are genuinely there.
Maybe.
right? Maybe. And a few of them are there just for the fame. Some of them probably are just invited. You know what? We want you to act like this, like have this character kind of thing. Right? I mean, end of the day, it's reality TV, and we don't know.
Yeah, reality TV is not real. It's an oxymoron. Reality TV is just not real, right? A lot of them is rigged. A lot of this is scripted because they want that drama. Because nobody's gonna watch it, right? Because you want to create that drama, so they create all these questions and characters inside this thing to create that, right?
Well, yeah, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I don't know, like, like, you know, life, like, we live in a social media world time because no one thinks and, you know, has reserves opinions. Like, they pass the judgment as soon as things come out, and it's sad, and we live in that world, right? And once it's out, it's out. The cat's out of the bag. Like, you can't do much anymore, right? So I'm really sorry for you folks. But other than that, it's a show. Like, you know, Arya's there. Arya's an actor. He's a really good actor.
Right.
He's done a lot of movies, so I'm pretty sure he could handle all of this stuff. Like, you know,
of course. And at the
end
of the day, he's a guy. He's not going to get affected by this, right? I'm sorry, he's not going to get affected by this. Like, a girl would come and be like, oh, I got him over all these 16 girls, so she's going to be proud of that. But the roles reversed, it's not going to happen, right?
But Nayandara pona, nanum Steven pona, Steven
say it like that either, right? It depends on the personality. If it really affects him, it's going to affect him. If it doesn't, if he's more like I don't care kind of person, then he won't care. But you can't, like, generally they say he's a guy, that's why he's going to be like that. So unfortunately, again, as much as there's women power and all that is there, at the same time, or a guy on the public lane in the alayla, because they're like, be a man. What does it even mean, be a man? So we can't cry.
But you get my point, right? In real life, when they're like, oh, first she went out with Simbu, then she had Prabhudeva, and then they talk so much shit about her. So if she was on a show like this, like, what happens to her reputation after? She probably won't get any movies.
She's like a strong woman, man.
She's a strong woman.
Despite all of this, she still has enough movies, right?
And she doesn't care about anything. She just goes left and right and back and forth, and she's still on the screen. I think
Ajit Kumar and so what's your problem? End of the day, that's what it is. We rather have someone like that, right? Who's like real.
Exactly. All right. Do you guys have any closing remarks that you want to say, or is this your closing remarks?
Closing remarks, Steve.
நல்ல பெரியவர் நானும் தெரிஞ்சவர் நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
அப்படி இல்ல, I mean again this is
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாத்தணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாத்தணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பிரேயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.
Just checked it.
I got it. Him behind the scenes, I don't know how he's doing it. He's like controlling 3-4 different things at the same time. Professionals.
Adan Machi Radio.
Adan Machi Radio. That's right. So you guys better be tuning in.
For now, at least.
For now.
So radio. I mean radio. Mr. Steve. சொல்லுங்க.
எனக்கு ரேடியோ டே பேர்
உங்களுக்கு ரேடியோ டே பேர்.
I mean கிருண்ட ஷோன்ற பேரே வந்து the Opinionists. In the show. So I think it's a good thing that we can. I mean the title. Heads up to the title first of all, because
I thought of it on the spot like that.
No, it's good because in the topic about kadhika poramanda, people will think that, okay, they think, oh, this is whatever they are saying is right or whatever.
Right.
This clearly states it's our opinion. So neenga solra vishayathuku naan vandu adukku oppukollonumanda you just made this statement with the men, for example, right? Oh, he's a man, it's going to be okay kind of thing, he won't care. But then I obviously said something against it, and that's how it is. I mean, we everybody is entitled to have their own opinion and entitled to to speak about it also. But அது வந்து நாங்க ஒரு பிரச்சனையாக்கணும்னு
இது நாளைக்கு இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல ஒரு ஹேண்ட்ல போட்டு
உடனே boycott Kira's corner, boycott this.
You guys can create memes of it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, please do.
எப்படினா காமெடி பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
How you take criticism. இது வந்து எங்களுடைய opinion. அதாவது இப்ப நீங்க இது எங்கட கலாச்சாரத்தை இது பாதிக்குதா இல்லையான்னு நீங்க கேட்டீங்க. பட் சில விஷயங்கள் as I said எல்லாத்துலயும் நல்லது கெட்டது இருக்கு. நாங்க எல்லாத்துலயும் வந்து அந்த பாசிட்டிவான விஷயத்தை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு நாங்க முன்னோக்கி சென்றோம் என்றால் அது நல்லா இருக்கும். நாங்க கெட்டதை தான் எடுத்து okay this is the bad thing, I want to follow that, and that's how it is, right?
I feel like we live in a very like a transition period, because oru katathila when I was growing up it was very conservative, like it's close minded, orthanuku oruthi dating endra concept illa, like you love someone
right?
like if I'm like there's pairs, like even we have callers who had that mentality, mentality. And then there's also this other mentality that's coming in, like Big Boss show,
take 16 girls at the same time, no problem.
Like Enga Veetu Mappillai, and title vechittu like it seems like a homely title, like Enga Veetu Mappillai, but pandra
complete contrast, Great stuff. So thank you to everyone who has tuned in, and a huge thank you to Machi Radio. So guys, please do tune in and like their pages on Facebook. I think all the information is down below, and I will post it in the description as well.
And if you guys like this concept that Kiru came up with, please comment and definitely subscribe to her channel. And if you like this concept, or if you feel like, okay, you know what, you guys should talk about this topic and that topic, you should let her know, and then we will probably appear again. Other guests will appear with us.
Maybe someone else is strongly opinionated about this.
Right. And in the meantime, while my show might or might not come again, please do watch Tea with Vada, because they do this every single week.
Every Saturday.
Every week, right?
Every Saturday,
Saturday night and the Saturday night life cut
right? So please do tune in. Tea with Vada. I'll put that description down below as well, so tune in there. And guys, this guy, you guys already know him. This is Steve Cliff Music. He's a musician, he's a singer, he's everything. He's very talented. So please do check him out. I'll put his Instagram and all that fun stuff down there.
நீங்க கொஞ்சம் transition இல்ல நாங்க ஆஃப்லைன் போறோம்னா அப்படியே இந்த சேனலுக்கு போய் கொஞ்சம் கடைசியா விட்டு வீடியோஸ் கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க. எனக்கு கொஞ்சம்
lots of good music.
Really good work. Like every time I go to, like he's like இதுவும் பண்ணிருக்காரா? Who did you work with?
Lots of unique stuff that you can find on his channel as well. So please do check everybody out, and don't forget to subscribe to me and like me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff.
Right there. That corner.
And I think ayo page kaanila poda
Steve
Cliff the page edutidar pathila. Oh my god, this man, Machi Radio right there. So I think I covered pretty much everything that's on this. So everything else pretty great. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. So keep it real, and I will see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Bye.
தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் வரணும். தமிழ்நாடு வந்து மாற்றணும், இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் சரி பண்ணணும், ஃபார்மர்ஸோட லைஃபை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், அவங்க சூசைட் பண்ணிக்கூடாது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் மாற்றணும், எல்லாம் கிளாஸி ஆகணும். கண்டிப்பா தமிழ் உலகத்தை ஆடணும். இதுதான் என்னுடைய ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், இதுதான் என்னுடைய பெயர்.
கண்டம் விட்டு கண்டம், நாடு விட்டு நாடு, தமிழர் உலகை ஆளுவது உண்மை. உலகெங்கும் தமிழரின் மாசான மச்சி, நம்ம மச்சி ரேடியோ.